just switch yourself off? Thank you. And moving on to Chris Magee.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chris Magee, but it doesn't matter what my name is. What matters are the issues facing everyday people right now. We live in a time where more and more islanders are using food banks just to survive. The unemployment rate recently reached a historic high and shows no real sign of improvement. Thousands of islanders are living paycheck to paycheck, whilst the threat of higher GST to cover the mismanaged public funds looms heavy on the horizon. The island, and therefore everyone in this room, is now £250 million in debt with a £95 million deficit. Do you think that's good bookkeeping? Do you think the handling of your money in this way should be encouraged? There's been a proposal, which you may have seen in the JEP, touted as a property tax, which would raise taxes on renters whilst reducing taxes for landlords. Rent is already hilariously expensive on the island. To me, this is not a property tax, but a poverty tax, because that's what it will lead to. I can tell you now, categorically, that I will never vote for increasing GST, and I will never vote for taxing the poor to pay for the rich. What I would like to see is GST removed from children's clothing and from all locally grown organic produce. Whether you're raising whether you're raising children or raising crops, the cost is high enough as it is. All of my decisions, if elected, will be accompanied by a YouTube video explaining my reasoning to you, the people of Grouville, and the 11 other parishes, of course. In this way, I'll be providing you with a maximum level of transparency and accountability. Both features of island politics, which base purely on my interaction with the public during my campaign, are features that the Jersey political machine lacks. Now to address the elephant in the room. Cancer, multiple sclerosis, epilepsy, PTSD, glaucoma, AIDS, fibromyalgia, rheumatoid arthritis. If you know someone with one of these conditions, cannabis could help them. You may have seen my campaigning for the legalisation of cannabis in the press. I'm proud of what I've achieved so far, but there's a lot yet to do. Some of you, like myself, will have very strong positive views on cannabis. Some of you will have strongly negative views. To those of you I ask, why do we deny people with the aforementioned conditions access to a substance which relieves their pain or muscle spasms or stimulates their appetite, or which would markedly improve their quality of life, or which could even cure them completely? Why, in the face of a plethora of studies from around the world spanning decades, are they currently being forced to run through a gauntlet of pharmaceutical drugs of ever-increasing potency and risk before even being considered and ultimately denied access to cannabis? Why do we do this while rushing to write over 11,000 prescriptions island-wide for synthetic heroin? Why are our doctors being hamstrung by outdated scientifically and morally unjustifiable legislation? Why are the sick needlessly suffering? Why does the current health minister support this practice? Why are we financing this? Why, after spending £2 million in related incidents in A&E last year alone, are we not addressing Jersey's real problem drug, alcohol? After legalisation of cannabis in the state of Colorado this January, over $160 million has been collected in cannabis taxes. This money will be spent on education. If Jersey were to legalise, regulate and tax cannabis as I propose, we wouldn't be scratching our heads wondering where the money for a new hospital would be coming from. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. And